the rest, you're louder. It's complicated, okay? Look, it's complicated. Because you were so quiet? Yeah. It's hard to say. Hopefully this will fix all my issues, Perma. Because when I talk here, I'm barely peaking -20, but somehow I'm louder. Hey, whatever works. Okay, let me quickly talk about. So I have been on a bit of a soul journey here, because I've said, I'm a storyteller. I want to tell stories. I want to make movies in Minecraft movie making, a pipeline dream of mine. And for the longest time, the question has not been why. It's been how does one do this? Okay. And the problem was how do you create a story and a script that is not only good but feasible? I think I got something. And it's kind of crazy that I've got something, because I was thinking about this a lot last stream on Tuesday. I was thinking a lot about this. And normally stories don't happen as fast for me, but I had an idea on Thursday night. I had an idea. Sorry, not Thursday night. Through Tuesday night, I had an idea. And I'm this could work. And then I just kind of kept developing it and building it, and then it just works. In my head, it's a complete narrative from start to finish. I'm oh my god, this might be great. Is it faithful to MC? That's the thing about it. As much as it can be, yes. And I think that is the thing that is the coolest to me, because it feels there's obviously some elements of realism that you can't have in Minecraft. Minecraft is not a realistic game, and it's going to take some, but for the most part, there's a lot of stuff in that movie that feels very Minecrafty. This is a world that is based in Minecraft. I don't want a generic story just in a block world. No. It is. I think that this is a story that could work outside of Minecraft, but it's being told in Minecraft, so it's tailored to Minecraft. It's not divorced from the context of Minecraft, I think, is what you're asking. I think the problem, and I understand what you're saying, is that sometimes when you have these ideas, they get super divorced from Minecraft, and it feels like you're only doing this in Minecraft because you can't afford to do it in real life. This is not like that. This is something that theoretically could work in real life, but is because of the medium that I'm working in, I'm going to tailor it and make it work in Minecraft. There's only one part of it that makes a kind of not a lot of sense, and I'm working on that. But everything else, send me the trailer, bro. This is I just started writing a script. All right, let's slow our fucking roll. I wrote one scene. All right. By 2028, look, it's going to be a short film. This is not going to be a fucking feature length, hour-long extravaganza. This is going to be I'm hoping to keep it max 20 minutes. If I can get it down to 15, down to 10, that's what we want to see. Okay. We're not trying to do big fucking numbers here. Small stuff, that's what we're going for. So, I don't know. I can talk about the story a little bit more in depth if you want, or I can kind of just keep it to my chest until I have a working script that I like, and then, because there are some to be completely honest, because you know me, Sheep003, Mr. Completely Honest. This is not this is not a happy story. There's very little to be happy about in this story. It is not horror. It is not horror. That's the one thing. There are horror elements, quote unquote, but it is not a scary movie by any stretch of the imagination. It's just it's sad. It's a tragedy. Okay? It's a tragic film. Damn, there is nobody online right now. Okay, fuck me then, I guess. I guess I'll just go aim train for an hour. Well, this is actually perfect, so now I can talk everything I want to about this story. I'm trying to think about how to, like... I think the biggest thing that I'm working on is, like, characterization. How do I make my characters feel good in such a short span of time? And I think I'm doing a good job so far. I think everything in my head is working for me. I think the question is how it's going to translate onto paper, and then from paper to the screen, right? I'm going to have to, like, do some real thinking about how do I want to... Because of the... And I've always said this about Minecraft filmmaking, or, like, one of my big hang-ups with, like, how do you make a film in Minecraft? It's always, like, people. It's always characterization. How do you make scenes interesting when you are just looking at a person, when it's just two people talking to each other, two people in a room talking to each other? How do you make that interesting? Well, normally in real life you have faces, you have eyes, you have mouths, you have things to look at, you know, you have human emotions. But I don't have any of that. I don't have any, like, subtle human emotions. I can't do any subtle acting. I can't tell my actors to change the way they look or something. I can't do any of that. I have the skin, and that is all. And so how do you work around a face that is emotionless? How do you work around an emotionless face? Well, first of all, you got to get some good voice actors. And second of all, you gotta get some good dialogue. And third of all, you need to figure out how to film it to not make it seem dry as hell. You can spin the lack of emotion for comical use. This is not a comical story. There is very little funny about the story that I'm telling. Because, like, no, there are mods, Eggnub, if you're wondering, that add comedy elements to it. Okay, look, I'll give you an overview of the story, okay? I'll give you, like, a short plot synopsis, right? So the idea that I came up with is that you've got two people that go into a cave, basically. That's the basic premises. You've got two people, and it's a very classic duo. You've got old, grizzled, veteran man and young, upstart, happy-go-lucky, you know, person. I don't want to name a gender yet because they could work. I think that the happy-go-lucky character could work both feminine and masculine. The old grizzled veteran, I want to keep a dude. I guess I could go female if a good enough voice actor came along, but for the most part, I think I want to keep that a dude. Okay, so they go into a cave, and it's for various reasons. You know, they want to get rich. Basically, they are trying to find ores so that they can sell to make money. Right? That is like kind of the basic premises. We're going into this cave to find ores to get money, right? And so what happens is that they go into this cave, and they're kind of and I think the big thing that I'm trying to, like, sell is that these, like, caves are dangerous, right? This is not like I'm trying to... The problem, I think, with Minecraft, and especially, like, the kind of Minecraft communities that I exist in, is that vanilla Minecraft isn't very scary. This is not, like... This is scary, okay? Caves are scary, mobs are dangerous, the darkness is bad, nighttime is bad, all that shit. So going into the cave is not something that normal people do. And they're going into a cave, and they're mining around until they accidentally hit a gravel pocket, and the gravel comes falling down, and they are trapped in there. There is gravel blocking the entrance, and they are stuck in that cave. Okay? Now, as you know, caves, multiple entrances, multiple exits. So the younger dude, he's like, yo, we should just keep on going. We'll just find another exit. It'll be fine. We need to get this ore. We need to get this money. And, you know, the older dude's a lot less, you know, on that train. He's like, we know we need to mine our way out. We need to play it safe, make sure we have a guaranteed exit, all that stuff. But they eventually decide to go deeper, and they eventually find a really good cave. It's filled with ore. Like, this is like a great cave that they've stumbled upon, like a really solid one. Until they stumble upon something even better. They stumble across an ancient city. And this is, like, massive. An ancient city? There is so much good stuff. Like, not only, like, ores, but like relics and armor and because diamond armor is rare, okay? They aren't walking around in full diamond, all right? Diamond armor is a hot commodity. They're going to find all of that, and relics and ancient symbols, all this stuff. And, they go into the ancient city, they loot it, they get out, unscathed, basically. They have looted an entire ancient city, and they are fucking rich. And now they have to find a way to get out, right? And so they start trying to find a way to get out, right? They're going down tunnels, trying to check, and they're not finding anything. And this is when the thread starts to fray, because they're running out of wood, they're running out of torches, they're running out of food. And I think this is where like the characterization is really played on, because both these characters are very different. The older guy is very much what you'd think as like a protective dad. This guy comes from a village who is dying, a village who hasn't had a harvest in years, a village who can't fish, who can't catch anything to eat. The only thing that's keeping this village alive is this old guy going into caves and mining resources for them. That's the only thing that's been keeping them going. And so he has an entire people on his back to save. They will starve if he doesn't come out of this cave alive and with stuff for them to sell. This younger guy is suicidal. And I say that as like, I kind of say that with a bit of a comedic twist, but like this is a very serious thing. This younger guy has been aggressive. He's been kind of careless. He's been throwing himself into dangerous situations. The reason for that is because he wants to die. He feels like his life is meaningless. He doesn't care anymore. He's gone into this cave just to feel something, to feel some kind of adventure, because there's just nothing left. And so we get these revelations about these characters, what they want, why they're here. Until eventually we come across a final kind of area. They have one last hope. It's following up this water stream, this random hope. Water streams, they don't lead to anywhere in caves, but they could lead to a water cave, and that water cave could connect to the ocean, which is the surface, right? And so they find this water stream, and they follow this water stream into this massive cavern. And at the very end of the cavern, there's a waterfall. And it's like, that's our chance. That waterfall might lead to the top of the ocean. That's the best chance we've got. And they're like, at this point, they've got no torches, no food, no nothing. They're dead. If they have torches, why aren't they able to get rid of the gravel? Well, again, I'm trying to do it the best I can, Egna, but like, again, we have to be like, I have to do some things that are more realistic. Like the torches under gravel trick is cool and it's very Minecrafty, but it's like, I can't write my way around that. I need to get them trapped in this cave. And if something like gimmicky like that was going to work, I feel like it kind of destroys a lot of the tension of the movie, right? Right? Okay, so back to the story. So these two characters, they're trapped, or they found this ravine and they found their last hope. If they can just make it to that waterfall. But the problem is, the waterfall is being guarded, or it is in a giant ravine that's filled with mobs. All right, there's just so many mobs. And at this point, their armor's super damaged. They've got very little food. They can't heal. They can't fight. They are doomed, right? There's no way they can get to that waterfall. Until the younger guy comes up with an idea, right? He's like, hey, what if I were to run in, I'll distract all the mobs, and then you can run to the waterfall and get out of there. I'll take the fall. The younger guy, who is a little bit depressed and he wants to die, makes this proposal, but the older guy is like, absolutely not, because again, he's kind of got a savior complex. He wants to protect everybody. He wants to save everybody in the town. He wants to save this kid. In his mind, this kid doesn't deserve to die. And so he's gonna fight, and he's like, no, we're not doing this, right? Until basically, he sits down and he thinks about it. He's like, okay, I need to think of another option, but he eventually comes to the conclusion that there is no other option. So what he does instead, all right, he says, okay, I'll let you do this thing. I'll let you go run in, distract all the mobs, but I'm going to give you all the loot we found in the ancient city, and you're going to have to carry it. So if you don't get out, then nothing comes out, right? I'm not going to take, blood money, right? Basically, I'm not going to take blood money, right? And so he gives him his backpack, which is like, he take this backpack. You know, we're going to swap backpacks. My backpack has the treasure. Your backpack has, you know, all the other stuff. You're going to take the treasure. And if you die, that's it. And so they end up doing it, right? They end up doing it, and, you know, you kind of know what happens. The guy, you know, the younger guy runs in, distracts everybody. The older guy gets out. Then the younger guy, you know, he doesn't make it, right? The older guy has to escape dramatically before he can see the younger guy, you know, come back and save himself, right? It's like, oh, no, did he save himself? Did he not? We all know what happened. The younger guy died there. And so, you know, the end of the story is basically the older guy goes back to his town, and he's like, yeah, I came out of the cave, you know, and I got nothing, basically. He's got nothing. He came back with a backpack full of, you know, basically the scraps of food, some scraps of, you know, stone or whatever, like nothing really. He has nothing in that backpack. And so he goes to, you know, the town mayor, and he's like, yeah, I've got nothing. We might all be dead. And then they open the backpack, and guess what's in it? It is all the treasure from the ancient city. The younger guy, before he went in and distracted all the mobs, he swapped the backpacks, and he gave the older guy all the loot. And so now the town is saved, and it's fantastic, and it's great, but it's, you know, it's a bittersweet ending. That's the story that I'm going for. That's kind of the completed version. Obviously, me telling it does not kind of lend it the kind of emotional gravitas I'm aiming towards, but that's the basic idea of the story. If you can imagine it in your mind, I don't know. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. As a story goes, I think that's a pretty fucking good story. I'd love to hear, you know, if you have any thoughts whatsoever. Egnub is just making shit. It's like, oh, nothing makes sense. You have a lot of character development story. Yeah, like I said, I think the big thing for me is like subtle, like I'm trying to like subtly hint towards the fact that like this younger guy is trying to die, right? He's gonna pretend to be like, oh, I'm here for the money. Oh, I want a lot of cash. I'm here to have fun, right? All this stuff, when in reality, he's just, you know, he doesn't want to get out. He just wants to, you know, go die in this cave. Okay, but why should the audience be sad? Because because the younger guy wants to, you know, because he doesn't escape. Because he doesn't get, you know, he doesn't get better. He dies in this cave. You know, this sad fucking death. He doesn't deserve it. Maybe show part of the younger guy's story. I am. Does he have it? No, I don't. I'm trying not to, like, reveal. I think I'm trying to keep the audience kind of in the dark about most of the younger guy. I'm, like, how do you create an emotional bond? Like, I think that you can create an emotional bond with a character without having to, like, super trauma dump past stuff, right? I think that as long as this younger guy is, like, he's fun, he's got, you know, he's got fun voice lines, you know, he's enjoyable. He's kind of he's lovable, right? I think as long as I can make him lovable initially, then I can slowly shift the tone of his character. Right? No, he's not gonna act. I don't want him to act stupid. I want him to act, you know, recklessly, right? Nothing like, I think a lot of his initial, like, mistakes, a lot of his initial, like, you know, errors that he makes, because he's going to be the one that causes the gravel to fall to get them trapped in the cave. And most of that is going to come from, like, inexperience. Like, he didn't know that, you know, if you mine the block next to the gravel, it would all, you know, come falling down, all that stuff. He had no idea, right? And then as you kind of get deeper into the story, you're going to start seeing, like, this guy is, like, you know, he's reckless, but he's also, you know, he's not bad. And at the end, right, the end part of this is that he like, this is self-sacrifice. This guy realized, like, it's not just like, I am going to die, but I'm going to die for somebody, right? This younger guy is not going to die for himself. He's dying to save this older guy, to save this town. He switched the backpacks at the end, right? He didn't die with all the treasure, right? He kept all that treasure. He made sure that the older guy had all the treasure, so then the town could be saved. So then he could be saved. So the older guy could be okay. And it's like, it's a brave death but it's still like tragic. Like nobody like the younger guy is still like, it's still bad. They're standing on floating gravel, and the gravel blocks block the entrance and updates the gravel. They're standing on it. That's an interesting, actually. Because the way I'm trying to get it done, right, is that the thing I'm trying to do. Because in my mind, I have a conversation planned between them where it's like, I guess I could still do that conversation, right? I want to have the conversation where it's like this older guy is saying like, no, we need to stay here. We need to mine through the gravel, or like, we need to make sure, we need to guarantee an exit, because theoretically they could mine through all the gravel, right? That's a thing they could do if they spent all their time and energy mining, they could get through. But I want the younger guy to like convince him. It's like, no, we can go deeper. We'll just find another exit. We need to find treasure, right? And so eventually the older guy's going to acquiesce. He's going to say, yeah, I do also need like this treasure, right? Eventually he'll acquiesce. He's like, I'll take the risk, but I hate doing it, right? I'm trying to play that dynamic where it's like the younger guy is always getting them into dangerous situations and the older guy is bailing them out. But ultimately, without the younger guy putting them in the dangerous situations, they would have never found all the ore. They would have never found the ancient city if not for the younger guy, right? All this stuff that he's doing, like he's doing it in a very dangerous way. But the only reason why they have all this stuff at the end is because of the younger guy, right? I don't know. I'm trying to make it where it's like it's a choice between like, if we stayed in this place and we work to get out of the entrance, or like if we work through this gravel, or like we built up slowly, we could make it. Because like, I'm trying to make it where you can't just like mine through stone, right? People aren't just like, digging through walls, like they're not going on like 1x1 trap doors and fucking strip mining. Like we're not like, there has to be some limits that I set here, unfortunately, or else this like, the problem with Minecraft in itself is that it's hard to build emotional weight when you can just fucking like gimmick the fuck out of everything. Because like let's say I allow like gravel, like, gravel to fall on torches. What if that works? Well, it's like, at that point, why aren't they just like fucking hardcore strip mining and have like 20 steak and, like it just starts to, and save the village? No, I don't want the younger guy to have connections to like the village. The village is like very much like an older guy thing, right? The older guy, he feels responsible to protect the village because again, like he's the only thing that's bringing in income to save these people, right? And so he feels very, and so he's kind of got this like this savior complex. He wants to save everybody's lives. Everybody's going to be safe because he's watching over them, the younger guys included, right? Just urging the older guy to not give up. I think no, because like I'm imagining in my mind like there's this final like the emotional climax basically is that they've gone to the ancient city, they've gotten all the treasure, and they're trying to find a way out, and they're slowly losing materials. Like they've run out of torches, they're running out of food, like things are really bad. And I'm trying to have like this moment where like the younger guy, he's like, what if we just die? What if we just gave up, right? And he does this big speech about like, why don't we just give up? It's fucking pointless. Like, we lost. It's over. And then that's when the older guy is going to go into this tirade about why he's actually here. It's like, I'm not here to get fucking rich. I'm not here to I'm not here for selfish reasons. I'm here because I need to save people. Because people are going to die without me. He goes on this giant fucking tirade. And that is what changes like this younger guy's mind. This is what like kind of motivates the younger guy to be like, okay, I'm not going to throw away my life for nothing. I'm going to throw away my life to save this older guy, right? That is kind of the emotional point. Are they meeting the warden? I'm trying to keep the ancient city sequence very short, right? I don't want to go through like an entire thing of them looting the ancient city. It's just going to be like they find the ancient city and then they climb out and they've looted it. I'm not trying to like dwell a lot on the ancient city itself. It might be like a fun action sequence, but I think that it's ultimately kind of pointless when I'm trying to tell like a much more emotional story as opposed to like an action-driven one. If I cared more, I think if the tone was a lot more lighthearted, I think I'd, fall more into like the action tropes of stuff. But this is trying to be like an emotional story, not an action-filled one, right? When the older guy sees, no, it's gonna be no. It's not like the older guy motivates the younger guy. I think you're portraying it wrong. I think motivation is not the word I would use to describe the relationship, right? It's like, like the younger guy is being selfish, right? His desire to die is a selfish desire, inherently, and he doesn't realize that until eventually, like, this older guy basically like tells him, like, I need this treasure to save people. People will die if I don't get out of this cave alive. And that is what kind of like changes this guy from being like this, like the younger guy. He's to stop being like this careless idiot fool, because like his carelessness was based off of kind of his inherent, like, I don't care about my life. I don't care about my life, so I'm going to be careless and I'm going to do whatever, right? But because, he hears this giant speech, he's going to say, like, I'm still going to die, but I'm going to die with a purpose. I'm going to save this older guy. I'm going to save this village. And I'm going to, my life will be, I won't die for nothing, basically. Name them Speed. The two character names that I have, I can stop calling them older guy and younger guy. The two character names that I'm kind of attached to right now, but I could be convinced. The older guy I want to name Will, and the younger guy I want to name Avery. Will and Avery. And I want Avery to be the younger guy because I think Avery is kind of like a name that can go both ways. Like I said, the younger guy doesn't have to be a younger guy. This could very much be a girl. I'm okay with that, right? I think the younger guy, younger girl, whatever. I think Avery kind of works with both. Avery is not... Exactly, yeah. Avery can kind of work for both genders. And so... Avery from what? Do you not like Avery? I Will and Avery. Those are the two names that I've chosen so far. But again, I can be like changed. That's wifey's thing? Really? What? Sorry. I saw like some wifey stuff on Twitter. Like he released like the end of his like ARG. He has a character named Avery in the ARG? Oh shit, never mind. Okay, I guess I'll change it. Fuck, that sucks. I liked Avery. Alright, fine, I'll figure something out. I think Darren sounds more like an older guy name. Not gonna lie. Okay, yeah, okay. Now I've got the fucking clowns in chat, and so this conversation is effectively over. Alright, all serious, character-driven emotion discussions are over. Eggnub, I appreciate your contributions to this, by the way, all right? I don't want to say, like, your criticism has not gone unheard. I appreciate it. All right, but now we got the fucking clown squad in here. What about Jeff? Oh, yeah, Jeff. I'll call him fucking Jeff, dude. I'll call him Notch. How about that? Notch. Notch and Hero Brian. Hell yeah. See, now we're cooking. What about Michael? I don't like Michael. Mike? Mike seems, I don't know. I don't like Mike either. Mike doesn't feel right. Hispanic? We could go. Jesus? I don't, it's not that I don't like any of those names. It's just, it doesn't feel right. Yeah, exactly. That's what they're going to say. Yeah. Instead, I'm actually going to scrap the entire last scene, and they're going to have like an emotional speech where the younger guy professes his love to the older guy, and then they kiss. And then the younger guy dies in like a fucking fiery pit of lava. And then the older guy, at the very end, the very last line, it's going to be, "You were a hero, Brian." And then it cuts to black. We've done it, boys. Finally, peak. Is that what you fucking want, you bastards? Is that what you want to see in my beautiful art film that I spent so long thinking about and crafting for you to listen to? Yes, okay, fine, thanks. And they're actually going to be... And this entire story is actually happening in the fucking Omegaverse. It's happening in the Omegaverse, okay? And Will is an alpha, and Avery is an omega, and Avery's going through heat. All right. There. We're gonna fully ruin this shit. No. I'm genuinely working on a script right now. I want to show it to exactly type shit. I need to give you pups, Avery. type shit. No, I am like, I'm working on this. I am hopefully, I want to get a draft out, and you know who I want to send it to? This might be stupid, but I want to send it to Rose Boy, or not Rose. It's not Rose Boy anymore. It's fuck, I forget. Roses and DS. That's the one. I want to send it to Roses and DS because I actually respect their opinions on this kind of stuff. For as much as I have, like, you know, had arguments with them and we have disagreements, I think that they have a pretty good mind for, like, role-play-esque stuff and, like, storytelling and whatnot, so. I want them to not know what the story is. I want them to, like, I want to send them the script kind of raw and, like, yo, I made a script, read it. Because I want to see if they can catch all, like, the kind of, the deeper emotions I'm going for, right? The more subtle stuff. Because if I can't write the more subtle stuff into the script, then it's not going to come across very well on the screen. Or at least I hope it. I don't know. Script writing is not something I'm the best at. I will fully admit. So. The older guy, Derek? I almost like Darren more than, like, Darren. Darren sounds like an old guy name. I don't know. He's not going to be super old. Dareth? I don't like Dareth. I like Darren way more than Dareth. Derek? No. Derek sounds like a jock. Whenever I think of Derek, I think of like a high school jock that like fucking stuffs kids' heads in lockers. And like dates cheerleaders and shit. Or no. Derek is like not the jock, but like the kind of crony to like the head jock. He's like the sidekick jock that kind of like just mean mugs the fucking protagonist. Man, fuck, I liked Avery. Avery was a good name, and then fucking wifeys came. Should I react to that? Oh, you know what I need to watch? Hold on. Speaking of things I need to react to. I4 Gore. Fucking Kane Pixels is back at it, boys. Frickin' Kane Pixels is back at it. He's got a whole official ass trailer, bro. This guy's gone short film mode on us. Let's take a look. Wifey's ARG ending? I don't know anything about the Wifey's ARG. I'll fucking... Maybe... do you guys want to do like a giant stream where we just... Like, I could watch it all on like Thursday... On like Saturday or something. You guys want me to watch the entire Wifey's ARG on fucking Friday? We'll do the react stream. Alright, hold on. I want to watch this Kane Pixel stuff. This looks cool.
I found something. In the store.
Okay.
I like the color correction
What
on
did you
this.
find?
This is nice.
The place. I found a place.
This is... Wow. He's got... Dude. He's got no... How are they... Dude, he's got like no shadow. This is cool.
Anyone there?
Wow, like, okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm not gonna... I'll go back later. This May? It's going out in May?
Look,
That's
I know
next
how
month.
this sounds, but you gotta understand, it's massive in there.
I'm not saying I don't believe you.
Okay, I'm gonna come back here with proof.
All right, you filming? Yeah. Follow my lead.
Clark, what is this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I've been there every night since I found the place, and I still barely scratched the surface. All right, just take it slow. Oh my God. Pull me up, pull me up, pull me up! What do you see? All these rooms. This place builds them.
It's such a movie trailer, dude.
It's like a maze. It just goes on and on.
This is such a movie trailer, dude.
Sometimes I'm scared I'll get lost.
Clark, can you hear me? I don't understand. What is this?
It's beautiful.
Am I right?
Hello?
Only in theaters? It's in theaters? Wait, no way he gets it in theaters, bro. That is... Oh, that looks so sick. Oh my god. That looks so sick. I love the way they've done, like, look at this shot right here. I wish that, okay, I will say I wish they had more contact shadows on this foot. I wish I had my zoom. I wish I had a zoom that I could do, but look at his foot right here. See the lack of the thing that makes like things work is that like this is a big thing with like green screening stuff is that the reason why your green screening makes it like it doesn't look real is because you don't have contact shadows. Every time your feet touches the ground, you're making like tiny little shadows with the ground. And that thing is like right there. There's just a lack of good contact shadow. Like you see on this one foot, there's like a little black outline around it. That makes it feel like he's actually standing there. But this foot right here, there's not enough of a contact shadow for me to believe it. It feels like way more, like this feels like so much more of a green screen than it should be. And that's because of contact shadows. Contact shadows and also like, I don't know, it's hard to do backlighting when the entire room is supposed to be monolit. So I don't know enough about green screen to tell you how to light your character properly in like post production, but definitely I think more contact shadows are needed. There you go. See, that looks better. When he starts walking forward, it looks better, but that's pretty good. I think this is a green screen. But I'm questioning it a little bit, and I think that is like that's good. It feels like I feel like perspective is almost a little bit off. You know, it feels like he should be smaller, even. But I could again.
Hello?
Yeah, again, I'm not an expert, but like this is very cool. I think this is gonna be cool. I hope this is good. I really hope this is good. I hope this is like a no green screen. They actually built that. If they did, then like hell yeah. Props to them. Practical effects will always look better than like green screen effects for the most part because good green screen effects take a lot of time, a lot of effort. A lot of special effects is just time and money. Yeah. I thought people liked men with nerdy interests. I thought that was like the thing, right? It's like, oh my god, I get, oh my god, I love when men talk about their nerdy little interests. It's so cute. Isn't that supposed to be the thing? Am I not being cute, guys? Sorry. As it's supposed to be cute and quirky. Oh my god, look at Sheep talk about his quirky little interest. Oh my god. Do I not get that? Do I not have that luxury? That's only a thing on Twitter? Type shit. I want to complain more about my For You page, but then I realize it's called the For You page, and complaining about my For You page is like, you know, you're kind of looking in a mirror there, buddy. Guys only get fouled. Type shit, dude. I should tweet that. How based, bro. God, men only get flowers during their funerals. $2027? Yeah. I haven't been thinking about the Twitter, I'm not gonna lie. It's too easy to make low quality slop and ruin what I think I have. I will only post it if I think it's good. If I don't think it's good, then I'm not touching my Twitter. My Twitter is not made for simple jests or, you know, advertisements. My stream is there to express my feelings in an artistic way. My Twitter is a statement of art. I say that ironically, but that's kind of how I feel about it sometimes. I don't want to I don't know. I don't want to sully it with like bullshit. I want it to be a true reflection of like my feelings put in a way that is like cognizant, you know? You can tell the Sheepo 3 stream is falling off because of the amount of bots I'm getting. You want to farm Catboys? That is an accurate reflection of what I think is funny. I had a deep thought about factory farming catboys. I did. And I'm like, that's a funny concept. We're gonna farm catboys, not for, you know, any of the reasons you would think, but we're gonna take their tails. And we're gonna sell them to the top 1%. I have crafted a world inside of this tweet. There lives a world where catboys not only exist, but their tails are highly valued commodities to the point that only the top 1% could ever afford something that valuable. That's the world I've created in my tweet. Kristi Noem's husband is a queen. I love when Republicans get exposed for being freaky as fuck. Alright? I love it. Because if you're gonna spend your entire life proselytizing about how being freaky is not a good thing, and then you are getting freaky, then you should be bullied. You should be mocked, and you should be ridiculed. You should. I'm sorry. You can't be supporting all this heinous shit and then be getting down and dirty. This is why it's funny every single time the Republican National Convention happens and fucking Grindr crashes. Alright? You can't be doing all that and then be getting freaky in the background. Why feel shame? Why feel shame about being freaky? It's what I ask. Why feel shame? Kristi Noem was definitely tapping her husband. I mean, ideally. That's why they were husband and wife. But did Kristi Noem tap her husband while he was wearing his massive fake titties? I don't know. Many are asking. Yes. It would be so much funnier if Kristi Noem knew about this and was into it as well. Oh my god. No, I think about it again, and I think it's actually funnier that she didn't know. It's funnier that Kristi Noem's husband is like hiding this dirty secret behind his I want to support my wife's political career and I need to support everything she's saying, but in the background I am secretly I'm secretly a man. I'm secretly trying to be myself. There's a reason they got those. I don't know if he asked his wife for the fucking, credit card. Wife, I want to make a purchase. Hear me out. I don't know if that was, or maybe the fact is Kristi Noem's husband was the one who pushed her into getting all that plastic surgery and stuff. He chose all of Kristi Noem's plastic surgery that makes her look like a fucking bimbo-fied model. He was the driving factor behind this. He was the dark scientist in the fucking lab rubbing his hands together yes, creating the perfect bimbo-fied sissy bitch. Oh, it's perfect. USA is a genuine embarrassment? I think that we're only a genuine embarrassment because I don't know. Definitely we have a different perspective as opposed to the rest of the world being one of the most major important countries in the world right now, but it's I don't know. We fucking oh man. There's so many. The real problem is that the fucking Democratic Party is a bunch of fucking idiots that should be. I'm not gonna say what I want to say. Every time I talk about the Democratic Party, I start turning into fucking Hassan Piker. Okay? And it's not good. Because unlike Hassan Piker, I actually care about winning elections. Okay? But everything sucks? Yeah. It gets better when you have more money, though. I think everything sucks, and it's not going to get better for a while. And I think you kind of just have to tank that, unfortunately, MJ. I think a big problem actually is that some people haven't suffered enough in this life. I think some people haven't suffered enough, and they're becoming shitty because of it. And there's also another side of that coin where I think some people have suffered too much, and they're ruining it for everybody else. They feel like their suffering gives them entitlement. I think I think there's a fine line with suffering in life where you need the perfect amount of suffering to make you like a humble, respectable, kind individual, and not too much, or else you just go insane. Or maybe it's just, you know, like depending on, you know, your mental state. Who knows? I'm not a psychologist. People who came from war, yeah, war kind of ruins people. People think that, you know, oh, strong men used to go to war. No, strong men came back from war and fucking killed themselves, okay? It wasn't like, you know, like we can sit here and proselytize about how great, you know, the brave men who fought in the wars were. No, they came back and killed themselves. All right? It wasn't like the great like they don't call it the lost generation for nothing. It wasn't because like these guys were just like out there doing great things all the time. No, they were inside their houses killing themselves. All right, war. Imagine exactly. All war. Why do we do this shit, bro? Because people hate each other for dumb reasons. It happens. It is kind of like ingrained in humanity. You could argue there's like an evolutionary explanation for it, where it's like, you know, different human tribes have to fight for control of resources, and so it's kind of ingrained in our DNA to like be very protective and like fight each other for stuff because like we feel, you know, it's whatever. I mean, you can get people to be biased against each other very easily, right? It's so easy. Just tell everybody, like go into a class of like kids and say everybody with brown hair is going to get a cookie and everybody with any other colored hair is going to get broccoli. You know, look how fast you've just created two groups that are fucking diametrically opposed against each other. Just like that. It's that easy. Are we ever going to escape? What do you mean escape? What do you want to escape from? You want to escape from humanity? You want to escape from this world? Do you think that, you know, the world that we exist in doesn't exist actually, and that everything that we know isn't real, and there's a greater, deeper world beneath this current world? Humanity? Death? You either die or you go insane, MJ. With this line of thinking, it leads to two outcomes, okay? If you're trying to escape from this world, you either die or you go insane. There's your two options. This place is hell. I think that there's a place for doomerism, MJ. I think that's okay. It's okay to be a little bit doomer. I think I'm a little bit doomer. I think I'm a lot doomer. But I keep myself grounded with the fact that life is meaningless and that I create my own meaning by existing and doing my thing. Right? I create meaning and I create stuff through me, right? Life may be meaningless, but I have created meaning for it. And so therefore it is important and what I'm doing is cool. Right? I've convinced myself of that. How you do that? I just can't comprehend that. It's something that just makes sense very like I've never asked that question. Oh, speaking of taxes, I have to make an amendment to my taxes, but that's like totally off topic. We're talking about like, you know, why we exist. Why can I exist the way I do? You know, believe it or not, this is a question I've asked myself many times, just not in this particular form. Why am I able to just, like, be comfortable with the fact that I think life has no meaning. Because, like, I remember, like, I don't know, it's such a queer thing to me because, like, you hear so many people talk about how, like, life is meaningless and that's, like, some, like, terrible shit. But for me, it's like, no. Life being meaningless it's great. I like life. The fact that life is meaningless to me is, like, great because it means that I can choose what it means, right? I think people are imagining it differently, right? I think it's like, you are imagining, like, a dark space of nothingness. There is the meaning of life is a pit of empty nothing. I guess, you know, to kind of make an ironic or kind of a very generic, like, analogy, I imagine it more like a whiteboard. You know, I can write on it however I want. It's not like it has sucked out everything. It's just waiting to be written on, right? Which it's a very like that's a very generic, like, metaphor for, like, oh, life and whatever. But like, that's genuinely how I think. You know, it's like I can create what I want. Scrims? How do you write on a whiteboard? You get a fucking marker. I've just been bored so much. Maybe that's part of it, MJ. I think that's part of it. I think you need a hobby to feel like life has meaning. You're not giving life meaning because everything is fucking boring and shit. You gotta find something. I think that's probably the explanation. I just have, like, a lot of hobbies and a lot of stuff that I want to do, so I just, like, do it. So I just always have something to do. I'm always, like, looking forward to, like, doing something, right? It's not like I'm never, like, bored, right? I'm always like, oh, there's something else I can do, and I can do this, and I can do this. And there's so many interests and, like, things that I want to do. It's like, oh, I want to, like, cook. I want to cook some stuff. Let's do some cooking. Let's do Sheepo 3rd cooking. Maybe I want to, I don't know, cooking is cool. I want to make art. I want to do movie. I want to do all the, so much cool stuff. I want to do everything. I don't think transitioning is, like, the, you know, the default. I want to look for something deeper. I feel... How can I feel like that sounds like a cope without saying that sounds like a cope? I don't know, man. The whole, for me, like, the something deeper thing, that feels like a cope. Maybe you just need to get into religion. Maybe you just need to be religious, MJ. Honestly, like, I think if you're in the business of looking for something deeper, you're only gonna find that, I think, in, like, religion. I think, unfortunately, I think that you are, I understand hating religion. I get that totally, but I think if you want life to mean something deeper, I think you need to kind of start believing in Jesus. There needs to be some kind of higher being at that point. Because if there's no higher being, then, like, what else? Like, what other meaning can we assume life? I mean, maybe you could do, like, the evolutionary explanation, MJ. Your entire point is to reproduce and spread your genes as far as possible. That's your goal. But then it's like, okay, now I have 10 kids and all of them hate me, and I still feel like shit, right? Just I've spread my seed and I've fathered 10 illegitimate children. Congratulations. I still feel terrible. My goal is to be happy? Yeah. But I think the quest of, like, happiness is the question. What is happiness? That's what we're looking for. Not that, you know, everybody wants to be happy. It's just what does that mean? I think my purpose is just existing. Okay. I think that's a good start. When I do good stuff, exactly. You have, but, like, don't you see how far ahead you are of the curve here, Amelia? Like, you already know what good stuff is. When you say something like, I feel happiness when I do good stuff, well, you already have a concept of what the good is. You're already there. You've already solved the problem. I know what the good stuff is, and I'm going to do the good stuff, and now I'm happy, and now my life, you know, feels like it has meaning, and I have purpose, and everything's good. And I don't want to kill myself, right? We are not pushing towards, you know, suicide here. Good, just good. I'm saying that you have, you know, you're doing a good job right now. You're doing a good job at existing. I think that some people need some help, you know, doing a better job at existing. What's your purpose, sheep? I mean, kind of what Amelia said, right? To do shit that I think is cool. My purpose in life is to make things. I want to make art and cool stuff, and I want to tell stories, and I want to be entertaining and fun, and I want people to, I don't know, think things and feel things, and I don't know, have cooler ideas and stuff. That's my purpose, to do cool shit. What is cool shit? Whatever I decide it to be. Cool shit is the magnanimous like thing, is the cloud that I decide whatever it is that I want it to be. I am the man who writes on the whiteboard. Okay? I have the marker. Welcome to Burton? Yeah. Welcome to Burton is a start. It's a step in the right direction. Right? It's not the end goal, but it's like, you know, it's a stepping stone. You know, why do you think I haven't taken down Welcome to Burn? No matter how much I talk about, like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing, it's so shit. Why do you think I haven't taken it down? Because it's progress. Because it's a step forward towards the goal of being a better artist, of making better movies. Right? What if you have zero creative talent? Well, if I fucking believe that, then why the fuck would I be doing anything I do right now? Why do you think I'm on your fucking screen? You think I don't have shit? What if I thought negative thoughts and I wanted to kill myself? Then I'd fucking kill myself. Okay? I don't, like, no. I think I am cool. I think I can be creative. I think I do have good ideas. And I think I've proven that to myself. You know, for as much as I talk about negatively about myself, and no matter how much I talk about, like, oh, I'm so bad at this, I'm so bad at that, I have done cool shit, and I have had people tell me, Sheep, this is the stuff that you have done. I'm glad that you've done it, because it was cool, and I liked it. And those things that I have created that people have liked, have built me to go forward. Skibidi Toilet Photoshop? Yes! You know who told me that it was cool? My fucking class did. They were like, damn, Sheep is really good at Photoshop. I was dog shit at Photoshop. That Photoshop does not hold up at all. But it's cool, and I made it, and people thought it was cool. The painting, that photo that's hung up on my wall right now, you could barely see it in frame. Look at it. That right there is a fucking standing creation. A defining thing that every time I look at it, I am like, I made that. And people told me that it was cool. Look at it. I made that. Me. Okay? That's how I know that I got something, alright? I still remember people coming up to me after that class, after I presented that photo. I had people come up to me and ask me for that print. They're like, Sheep, can I have that? Can I have that photo? Alright? People were asking me. Alright? So that's what it means. Alright? That's how I know that I got something. As much as I can, you know, sit here and endlessly criticize myself and hate my life and whatever, I still know deep down, no matter how much I can talk shit to myself, I still got something. Alright? That's what I do. Welcome back. Sheep Motivational Speech Classes. It's gonna cost you $2.99 a minute. Okay? We charge per the minute here. Shug Shug. Shug Shug Sleepster, Borderline Dumb, and 60. Can we get a damn game on? I think they're bringing people on right now. Hold on. I think they said we need scrims. Wait, hold on. Did they go into like the scrims chat or something? I think the scrims chat is... Oh no, the scrims chat is still alive. Oh, no, the scrimshot is dead. Never mind. Sheep, what's your opinion on feeling really good / bad because of something small? That's a really... I would argue that the reason why you feel good or bad about something small is that it represents a bigger thing. It's not that the good or small thing is, like, in itself, like, big, you know? It's that it represents in your mind something larger. And that's what's important, you know? I feel good when I open the door for somebody. That's a good start. That makes sense. Yeah, but it's like when I like an example of that concept at work would be like, let's say that I oh my god, I love that. What if I say that I like I'm trying to think of like a really small slight. Let's say I accidentally, you know, give somebody wrong directions. And it waylays them for like 10 minutes. They're like, they have to take a 10-minute detour. You know? That's like a minor thing, right? It's like a 10-minute detour. It's like, it's not going to fucking kill you, right? But the problem is that it's not like the thing that you're like, the reason why you're beating yourself up about it is not that you've cost that guy 10 minutes of his time. Is that you are untrustworthy. You are not like you can't help people, right? You're bad at helping. You're bad at, you know, like you are untrustworthy. You can't be trusted with stuff like that. Like there are deeper emotions at play that are not just like I wasted 10 minutes of somebody's time. It's that I waste like the concept of like the concept and like the emotion behind it is like the bigger thing. Like how small things can make people feel good about their day, MJ. MJ, you are sounding like you're like a prime candidate to get some to date somebody. That's what it's sounding like. You want to open doors for people? You want to give people compliments, brother? You got to get to the bar, okay? You'll do great. Type shit. Just start giving people fucking compliments. Lock in. I like when I compliment people. I like being alone. Me too, okay? Like, actually, no. No, MJ, of all the people that you are telling I like to be alone, you are telling it to the one guy who, like, knows exactly what you feel, okay? You are, you know, you've walked into the den of, like, bro is just another me. My teacher talked shit about my handwriting once, and it fucked me up, bruh. Damn. Did you actually like that teacher? Because I've had teachers talk shit about my stuff, and I'm like, Ted, you're an idiot. I remember, like, I've had teachers being like, oh, I don't, you know, oh, this is bad. And I'm like, bitch, I don't fucking care. Give me all the criticism you want. You think I'm listening to your bum ass? Fuck out of here. You think I care about your takes? Hate her and her class because of that one thing. I think most people are nice. It's just that, you know, you needed to determine what people have value to you. If everybody has value or equal value to you, then you're gonna, you know, then you're a people pleaser and you're a fucking bum. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm so sick and tired of hearing the story. Every bad story that happens around human interaction is like 90% of them is like fucking people pleasers. All right? I swear to God, all these people that can't say no to people piss me the fuck off. It makes me so mad. It's like, oh, I couldn't say no to them. What the fuck do you mean? What are you? What are you, 2? What are you, scared? Lock in. Oh my God. I get so pissed at people like that. Like, come on, dude. Be a fucking adult. Be a damn adult. How am I supposed to treat you as an adult when I know that you just let people push you around like that shit, bro? Oh my God. Is it crazy that I take my dog's life for someone else's life, Sheep? No, that's like a normal, like, intrusive thought. I have that thought sometimes. I walk by my coworker. What if I stabbed him with my pencil? This pen that I'm carrying to go mark this form. Whatever. I fucking stabbed him. It's like a normal intrusive thought, I think. I'm not worried about that. Loki, yeah, it's whatever. Damn, no scrims? They dogged me. No scrims. I thought the voices got to me. You people are so scared about everything. You people have to be more comfortable in your own heads. This is why I say you need to practice thinking. And I'm being so dead ass about this. I think I got mocked for you to be better at thinking. You need to practice. And I think this is the reason, because people are so terrified about living, existing within their own headspace, bro. Get over it, bro. I did that shit. I was scared about my own head one time. I remember that point when I was, by myself in college by myself for the first time ever, really by myself. It was me in the dorm room. I had no roommate for an entire semester. It was COVID, the most alone I've ever been. It was COVID in college, no roommate, COVID. I had no human interaction. I wasn't around people for weeks. For weeks, I was alone. Okay? And I fucking locked in, and it sucked. It sucked. I felt really awful a lot of the time. You know what? And I fucking locked in. And I said, I can exist with myself, and now I can't exist with myself. I'm not afraid of being alone anymore. I can exist in my own head. I joked around with a dude about him kissing me in kindergarten, and he bullied me for 3 years after. That's how you know it was a good joke, Blue Leaf. You got talent, kid. All right? You're onto something. Does clingy mean what I think it means? It means that you get very attached to people. I mean, there are different ways of being clingy. You can be emotionally clingy and physically clingy. But it's you're very attached. You're very, would I go so far as to say dependent? You're edging towards dependence on somebody else or something. Is there a more general term? I think clingy does feel very, I kind of get the connotation you're going for. Clingy has this very, what am I trying to go for? It can be very negative. Definitely there's, the general negative connotation around the word clingy. Is there a positive word for clingy? I'm attached? That also kind of feels attached is edging towards what I think you're going for. But it still feels a little bit negative. But it's a lot more variable with attached. Carente? I don't know, caring, maybe? You care a lot about somebody? What if I looked up synonyms for clingy? This is the classic right here. Merriam-Webster got me. Adhesive. Gummy. Viscous. Never mind. This Merriam-Webster, you fucked me up. Gooey. Gelatinous. The fuck are you on about, Merriam-Webster? You're cooked. Yeah, never mind. Affectionate. Oh, that's a good one. Affectionate. I think that it's definitely something that's a little bit different, but I think it's there. I think affectionate is good. You're a sheep in sheep's clothing. I think I am a sheep in sheep's clothing. I'm not a wolf. I am not a wolf. And I don't want to be a wolf. I think being a wolf is fucking lame. I'm happy being the sheep. But I'm a sheep that, I'm a sheep that kind of goes on my own. I'm a Sigma. Nobody is a wolf. There are some people that are wolves, but they usually go to prison. We usually send the wolves to prison. I'm a sheep in clothing's wolf type shit. I'm a sheep in wolf's sheep wolf. I'm the sheep in the wolf, okay? And I mean that in many ways. You can be the judge of that sentence. You tabbing that? Oh, shit, man. It's kind of like, you know, forbidden, you know, you ever heard of like forbidden romance, bro? Let me introduce you to a great new genre. What's the name of pirate in Peter Pan? Fucking Captain Hook? I think. We read Omegaverse here? I think Omegaverse is... What's like the common sentiment around the Omegaverse? It's like het slop for gay people. It's heterosexual. It's heterosexuality for gay people. Yeah, it's probably true. I think here's my beef with like the modern like. I think a lot of like modern like the modern outlook on like sex. Sorry, my sheep. What? My friend found a book that's a dark romance between him and a crocodile. I hate first-person stuff. I will never read any first-person novel. All right? If it says I hate I. Don't. It's not, bro. I am not first. Not me. I don't do that shit. You do that shit, not me. All right? I am the third person observer. I'm not involved in your freaky fucking shit. That's on you, not me. Damn, Dremmings is harsh. Between Captain Hook and the crocodile, that's kind of hard. that actually goes crazy. I'll be damned if my son reads this new woke yaoi. What's not woke yaoi? Continue rant about sex. Oh, what was I ranting about? Oh, yeah. Sorry. I think the problem with like modern sexual conversation is that everything is based around power play. Everything is based around power dynamics in sex. Everything. It is like, everything is based on like these deep like power imbalances. And I fucking like I think that's cool, and I think that's fun, but why can't we have some sex where we don't have to like do this power play? Why can't we just be two people who are on equal grounds, who are taking from each other, you know, who are taking pleasure and joy from each other? Why can't we stand on equal? Why does it have to be about power all the time? All right, I'm tired of you talking about your freaky fantasy, where you're like a 24/7 like you're in a 24/7 BDSM relationship. Fuck off with that. I don't want to hear it. You're a little bitch. I'll say it. I'm sorry. Your fetish is cringe. Okay? I'll say it. I'll fucking say it with my chest. Your fetish is cringe. Be a man. Pay your damn taxes. Okay? You can be freaky. In fact, I encourage you to be freaky. But like, draw a damn boundary between you as the person and you as the freaky entity that you want to live as. Let there be an arbitration between those two things, okay? That's what I'm saying. Stand up. Be not afraid. I'm anti-freaky? Well, okay. I don't think, you know, asexual people should get a seat at this table. You don't get to have an opinion here. All right. I am exclusionist. You don't live the freaky life. Why? Who are you to comment on people being freaky? Okay. Guess what? Here's the secret. If you constantly are seeing freaky shit on your social medias, on your For You pages, on all that stuff, if you are browsing and you're seeing freaky stuff, guess what, baby? That's on your ass. All right? Guess what For You page means? For you. It's for you. You made it. You made your own For You page. Don't go blaming the fucking algorithm. You made it. The algorithm is just giving you what you want to see. And you can either accept that or you can deny it, but the truth don't change. You made your For You. Now don't run from it. Accept it. I enjoy. Exactly. You know why I see freaky shit on my timeline? You know why sometimes I scroll on TikTok and I see a girl in tiny little shorts cooking a goddamn protein pancake? Because I like it. And I'm not going to sit here or deny it. Like, I am a man, and I accept what I am. I will say, the one thing I don't see on TikTok, actually, is women shaking ass. I see a lot less of that. Most of my freaky, like, most of the freaky stuff I see is kind of, like, translated to, like, Twitter. Or, like, sometimes Reddit, but even Reddit porn kind of sucks. Either way, bro uses Reddit? Well, I mean, when you're sitting at a damn office, all right? I mean, I'm not proud of it, but it's like, I need more slop platform for my slop brain to consume, okay? Between looking at forms, I need a little hit, okay, to keep myself going. I need a little drama. I need a little... I need my vape pen, okay? I have my metaphorical vape pen, and it is my social media slop. That is my vape pen. I don't do Reddit porn in the office, believe it or not. Of all the things I do, okay? I'm not straight up looking at butts. I'm reading about them. There's a difference, you see. With words, I have plausible deniability, okay? That's the secret, okay? Know your limits, boys, okay? It's called office etiquette. All right, know the rules around the office. Is it Yowie Mpreg Smut? Not a lot of Mpreg. I actually, what, if I see the pregnant tag on a fic, I don't click on it. I'm gonna say it. I'm not here for the impregnation, brother. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. It don't matter who's getting pregnant. I don't want him pregnant. I don't want no children in my damn fan fiction. Okay, get him out. I don't want no damn children in my damn fan fiction. Okay, get that shit out of here. I don't have age play related kinks like some of you freakers. All right. Damn, this is what happens when no scrims, by the way. God, I want there to be a scrim. Sheep opinions? On what? Oh, no. Opinions? Could we possibly be having opinions on now? What are your opinions? Oh, just a general question. What are my opinions? Hold on. I'm thinking. I'm trying to think of like a good opinion. What's a good opinion that I have? Because I have a lot of them. It's just like, if I need to give like a specific opinion that I haven't given already. I could say something generic. Like waffles are better than pancakes. But I think that's like a... I think that's like not that controversial. It's kind of boring. You've never tried waffles. Damn. What rock are you living under? I think that the classic American breakfast is a great thing. I love the classic American breakfast. I think that's like I like American food a lot more. I think that there's this fetish on the internet with like shitting on American food. I love American food. I love all that shit. I love breakfast pastries. I love having sweet shit for breakfast, man. I love blueberry pancakes and donuts and eggs and bacon and maple syrup. I love all that. All right. I want a plate with scrambled eggs, bacon, a stack of pancakes, maple syrup, and what else do I put on it? Fruit. I want a bowl of fruit alongside it. Hell yeah, baby. That's what I call a good goddamn breakfast. Would I eat that every morning? Oh, hell no. But the facts remain. That's the most delicious breakfast you could ask for. Hell yeah. I don't have breakfast. What, you don't eat in the morning? That's why people get addicted to caffeine, by the way. I don't eat in the morning. Yeah, you drink a bunch of fucking drugs. Okay. What do you eat in the mornings, huh? If you had to name the one thing that you like eat the most in the morning, like the most kind of like the classic, like, oh, what am I, like, I wake up, what's the first thing I'm eating? When do I put food in my stomach? Maybe cereal? I think cereal's fine. I don't have any beef with cereal. I think it depends what cereal, though. The problem with cereal is that this is actually like the secret with cereal, by the way. I think cereal is actually just built for kids. I think that you need to be like, I think for cereal to be a healthy part of your breakfast, you need to be a child. And I'm not saying that as like a, oh, you're just so childish, you have to eat cereal. I'm saying like, I think kids, when they're like growing and developing, like they need to eat a lot more fucking food. I would argue I probably ate more calories as like a 16-year-old than I do now. And, you know, and I think cereal, for as much as we demonize it, is a really good way at getting in calories. Like, just straight up carbs. And I think kids need a lot of that shit. So I think eating cereal is a really good thing when you're young and you're growing. I think as you get older, cereal becomes less and less justified. All right? I think cereal, like, the amount of calories that's in cereals, you know, you start to scratch your head a little bit. But when you're a kid, you know, eat some damn Cheerios. Okay, I think that cereal might be a part of a complete breakfast. Low-key. You need to get carbs somehow, all right? Eat some bread, some toast. But cereal, it's dried and it's compact, so there's more calories per. You know? Skrillos? The hell? Is it honey flavored? That's... What the fuck is this? You ever heard of Frosted Flakes before? This is like the classic branding in different countries type shit. Oh my god, I've never seen this before. This is crazy to me. See, this is what this is what we have in fucking America. They're great. Oh my god, fucking Skrillos, brother. I ain't never heard of no Skrillos. Como y Skrillos en inglés? Nos Estados Unidos y Canadá como Frosted Flakes. No, okay, I had the first sentence down, but then it got complicated. Sucrilos. I'm with it. Sorry, it just sounded like a dad right there. Yeah. I think cereal is great. What's the calories? Nutrition information. I'm looking up the nutrition information now. Per 30 grams, 104 cal. Okay. 30 grams is... I don't know. I don't trust this particular app. I want to check the fucking label on the side of the box. I'm only trusting the label on the side of the box when it comes to... Alright, here we go. Oh, I can't read any of this shit. Okay, so yeah, three-fourths of a cup, 30 grams. See, that's the problem. That's the secret with all cereal, by the way, okay? This is why people get baited by cereal. Because people are looking at cereal and they're saying, "Oh, lower calorie number." You have to look at you have to look at size. You have to look at recommended portion size. The problem with most of these cereals that are like low calorie is that they have a lot less, like their serving size is much lower, okay? They'll have like half a cup, you know, a third of a cup, 1 cup, all right? Cheerios is maybe the lowest calorie cereal, and that's because it's like 100 calories per 1.5. 1.5 cups. Most cereals go by 1 cup measurements. Cheerios says, fuck that shit. We go in 1.5 and we're still lower in calories. That's how you know Cheerios is the fucking goat of. If you're looking for a cereal that's healthy, like if you want to eat cereal, but you also want to be healthy, you go Cheerios, baby. The OG, the goat, it stands on its head and it keeps its crown. Honey Nut Cheerios, arguably the goat of cereal. Honey Nut Cheerios, arguably the greatest cereal of all time, is 10 more calories for 1 cup serving size, okay? Honey Nut Cheerios, for a sweetened sugar bomb of a cereal, is doing way better than a lot of these other cereals, okay? Cheerios, once again, takes the damn crown. All right, some things will change, but some things never do, baby. Cheerios is the default for all cereal clones. If you're trying to mock cereal as a concept, you go blank O's. Blank O's. The default cereal. All right, and that's because Cheerios sets the fucking standard, okay? Cheerios is the standard of cereal. You can say, oh, this cereal is better, this cereal is worse, but everybody gets compared to one person. When you are so great that you become the point of comparison, that's a different kind of greatness. Damn, I might be getting fried up if I don't get scrims. Addicted to Cheerios, I'm thinking. Just to make sure you're not thinking that I'm not talking what I'm walking. See this right here? You are loved. Cheerios, my beloved. Shout out to the GOAT. They keep me held down for a reason, okay? I tried to get off of it. You know what I did recently? I think I talked about this a little bit. I tried to get off of cereal and Cheerios and shit. I made cheesecake. I made protein cheesecake. Healthy protein cheesecake with low-fat cream cheese and Greek yogurt and protein powder. And I'm going to tell you right here, right now. It was actually pretty good. It was, for as much as I shit on protein baking, it was actually pretty good. I was like, damn, this is actually like, this is really not bad at all. The reason why I am not doing it all the time is because A, calories, and B, there's like no fiber, which is the problem with most like protein rich baking, is that it's like you're kind of getting rid of all the other good stuff that comes with baking, like fiber. But in terms of cheesecakes that are designed to be healthy, in terms of desserts that are designed to be healthy, it was it did the job. I was very impressed with it. I'm like, damn, this actually like this does not taste like a total pack of doo-doo. I was very impressed. Bring me to the scrims. Bring me to the scrims. Oh boy, I'm playing with like the best of the best here, boys. I hope you know that I'm about to get fried up like an egg. This is where the sheep confidence arc ends. I want you to know it. See, no, I have to stop ungloving it. This is the one thing I have to do. I always tell myself it. I need to stop ungloving in the middle of the net. I need to go to the side of the net and then unglove. See, if I was a better goalie, I would have gloved that. My friend isn't responding. Sheep, help. Maybe they're playing a video game. They're in the middle of a ranked game of Brawl Stars, okay? Sorry. They're locked in, okay? They're yelling at their goddamn bell for not hitting a single damn shot. Actually, that's false. Anybody who plays bell usually hits their shots. They're yelling at their what character usually feeds? They're yelling at their kit for feeding. Kit feeds. Kit's a feeder. They're yelling at their kit for feeding hard. They're yelling at their Mortis for feeding. Well, yeah, Mortis, you know, Mortis is like kind of hit or miss. They're yelling at their Edgar for feeding. Edgar's the real feeder. Fuck Edgar. If I ever see some motherfucker pick Edgar in my fucking ranked games, bro, I'm reporting them. I haven't done that, but I will do it. I will do it if you fucking if I got a bitch ass Edgar pick in my fucking ranked games, bro. I am reporting. You won't? I don't. I have reported people though. I have gotten so mad that I've reported people for being actually toxic though. They were actually throwing my games. when I report people, they were actually throwing my games. You talking about some Brawl Stars? Yes. Okay. Look, I understand. Brawl Stars is not a healthy habit. Brawl Stars is not good for the mind or the soul. And with all these new goddamn... Dude, they're adding so much new shit that is so cancerous. Every single update to Brawl Stars is cancerous as fuck. And I think I'm starting to wane. I'm starting to wane on my addiction to Brawl Stars, and it's gonna fall off. But it's gonna come back, and I know it. It'll be like 1 year, and then suddenly I'll rediscover my desire to play Brawl Stars. I know it. It happens every time. You gotta team up with the Mexicans. They're so toxic! Bro, the Mexican children. The Mexican children are so fucking toxic, bro. It's freaking ridiculous. I'm not teaming up with ain't no Mexicans, bro. They hate human joy over in Mexico. I firmly believe it. The fucking get carried? Sometimes I get carried, but sometimes I do the carrying, MJ. Have you ever thought about that? That sometimes Sheepo 3 might not be the problem? Cap? That's not Cap! Do I need to pull up my battle logs? I just had a bow game where I rolled the fucking enemy team. I gotta pull up my fucking brawl stats. I gotta pull up my recent games logs here, okay? I swear to God, I gotta pull up my recent games logs like now. Battle log. Ranked game. I wasn't the star player. Oh, baby. Knockout. Ranked game. Star player. Sheep 003. Look at that shit right there. You see that? That's me. 2 rounds in a victory. It's a lot of bow games I'm getting star player, and I'm realizing. When's the last time I got star player in a ranked game? I can't find it. It doesn't go back that far. But I have another game. This is another game I got star player. Again, I was playing bow. Just saying. Just saying, sheep with the fucking carry. I can block in. Okay, yeah, Nadia did release, and she's stupid and broken. I can't see your shit. No. But, yeah, Nadia did release. She's just a shit brawler. She's just a fucking shit brawler. I don't know what to say. I thought Sirius was a shit noob stomper, because Sirius is a shit noob stomper. The problem with Sirius is that he's like kind of mid in like actually good competitive play, but when you're kind of at my level, she like if Sirius is like if you have a feeder on your team, you might as well just like kill yourself in real life because you're not winning. Najia is like no skill. Najia has no skill. She literally has like auto aim on her fucking projectiles, and it's poison. It's the best thing. I'm insane ranked right now, which means I'm kind of bad, but I've been champions every season. I stop playing whenever I reach champions because I don't have enough meta brawlers like unlocked. The problem is that I inherently like the brawlers that I have like to a high enough power level to justify playing them in comp play. They're just not very good. And I think that's half the reason sometimes become a whale. Fuck no. Fuck no. Are you not gonna spend money on this bitch ass game? What brawlers do I have unlocked? Like full power level brawlers. Gale, Belle, Dynamite, Jesse, Ems, Nita, Shelly, Brock, Barley, Poco, Tick, Daryl, Carl, Piper, Frank, BB, Ash, Bo, Lola. It's like, it's just not a good selection. Like, BB's meta right now. BB's cute. BB's good. Ems is sometimes good. Belle is good. Gale can be good. Daryl is like the best, you know, assassin I have, so I kind of have to play Daryl when I need an assassin. Bo can be good. Like, I just don't have like a lot of good brawlers. All the super meta stuff is not unlocked. Do they ever dish out nerfs? No, it's like every game. It's all fucked. Every new brawler that they add is like the best brawler in the game. If you don't fucking own them, you're in shit out of luck, okay? And they've made it more expensive to like max out your brawler because of goddamn buffies, bro. You know how expensive buffies are? Holy dude, I want to kill Brawl Stars devs for buffies. I'm not kidding. Buffies are so fucking strong. And they're so expensive. No, the thing is that they've added buffies to like not let the OG characters get crept. Some of the most powerful characters of the game are OG characters because of buffies. They got buffies and suddenly they're broken. And what do the devs do? They don't nerf the buffies. No, these overtuned ass brawlers. No, we're not going to nerf the buffies. No, we'll nerf base kit. So we guarantee that you got to buy buffies. 2,000 power points and 1,000 coins to unlock a buffy. And that's not even guaranteed. You have to spin the wheel and hope you get the right buffy. Oh my god, dude. It's fucking ridiculous. It's already so expensive to max out a brawler. And we're going to say, oh, now you have to pray to get the right buffies or else you might as well just shoot yourself in the fucking leg. Oh my god. Is El Primo still fire? No, he sucks. But he's going to get buffies soon. So, once he gets his buffies, he'll be like OOP. Opinions on Melanie Martinez? I have no idea who that is. My god. Yeah, no, but like that's kind of the El Primo cycle, unfortunately. Look, I've lost to El Primos before. Like some people who play El Primo are just so goated with El Primo, and I just get shit on. El Primo sometimes can shit on you, brother, and I'm not gonna deny it. Okay, I've been cooked by an El Primo. Is he sleeper? If you're really good with him, I'm at the skill level where if you're really good with a brawler, you can carry with it like anybody. As long as you're really good with the brawler, you can carry. That's where I'm at in the game, which means I'm not very good. I'm not all that good at the game, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, who's the best brawler? Oh, I mean. You can make an argument for a lot of them. I think the pros are saying Najee is the best brawler right now, but the brawler that kind of cooks me the most. Who do I ban the most? Probably Leon. In my games, Leon is like crazy. Leon is ridiculously strong. Uh-oh. Thought they were gonna rip it. I thought they were gonna go hobo no go, and we're gonna rip that hoe. Oh, they're gonna rip it. Nice glove. Good job, sheep. Damn, Denmark. Are we getting ready for the World Junior Championships? That's coming up, by the way. That's our next major tournament, the World Junior Championships. After... So, the last semifinal round is happening Saturday. And then finals are going to be scheduled sometime next week. And then you kind of get, I think, week or 2 weeks break, and then it's going to be World Junior Championships. It might only be like 1 week break. I'm not sure. I forget how long the break is, but there will... Sheep will be getting, hopefully, some playtime. If I get drafted in World Junior Championships, which I imagine I will. I mean, I got too much, respectfully, I got too much pull to not get drafted. Sheep003 on your WJC team. I'm too loved in that server to not get drafted, okay? That's the difference. People like me, okay? I want to read that tweet. That looks like... Sorry, I said tweet. That message. I was about to say that looks like a tweet. Oh, wait. Is that something I tweeted? Did you just copy and paste one of my tweets? I was like, man, I wonder why that message looks so goated. Hey, that was me. I said that shit. What is Who Farted doing? Why is he looking at the ground? Who Farted? It's okay. We're here for you, buddy. I'm not here. Oh, Who Farted? We're not here for you anymore, I guess. Sorry, buddy. You're cooked. I typed it out manual? That's crazy. No copy and paste? You raw dogged it? I copy and paste all the time. I love copy and paste. It's my number one. Copy and paste, my beloved. You don't know what it's like to live if you don't got copy and paste. I'm being so serious. If I don't have copy and paste, I genuinely despise the software that I'm using. If the software doesn't allow copy and paste, I think it's a bad software. It's Command C, Command V, and it's Command X to cut. That's how you know you're really into copy and paste. If you know the command to cut, it's Command X. Unk? Unk? I love copy and paste. You have no idea how much I use copy and paste at my work. I'm being very serious. Like, at my job is arguably to use copy and paste. Okay, I use copy and paste so much. Every time I go to work, I'm copy and pasting every day. Every day. It depends if you have a Mac or a PC. Is that Zelka in that? It is. I'm going to be casting Zelko. I have to remember to say Zelko's name right. That's one of the players. Scrims are troll because of Sleepy. I'ma leave. Aw, man. Scrims just turned into a disaster real quick, huh? They said Scrims says who? Well, I guess we have some VOD review. If I want to do that, which I kind of don't. You know, we could go build on that Minecraft server. You know, the school? Since apparently we're not going to get any decent practice today, we could go... We could do some building. I'm actually kind of considering it. Yeah, let's do it. I can show you what I've got, what I've worked on. What I have ideas for. I'll show you the fireplace that I built. I built a fireplace. I can show you the fireplace. Let me show you the fireplace. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now where's the last time you let your heart decide? I think MJ will bully my fireplace because he bullies everything I do, but I think I cooked. Barbecue chicken is top one? Nah. I think of all the ways to do chicken, I think barbecue chicken is, like, not the best. I think if you put barbecue sauce on shit, it's not peak. I think anything with barbecue sauce is not peak. That's my humble opinion. That's my correct opinion. Barbecue sauce is not the goated sauce people pretend it is. It's not the end-all be-all. Nah. And there's a reason I'm saying it now, MJ. There's a reason I'm speaking it with my damn chest. Bitch ass. Bitch ass. We're here. Look, this is what I built. Maybe the black stone on top, but this is the fireplace I built. You know what's even better about it? You know why I built it like this? Because normally I'm going to have it like this. Just have that. Look at that. Nice rustic. But flip it down. And guess what's behind, baby? It's the honeybee bar. This is what Pepper built. This is a Pepper build. Pepper made this. How's the painting not getting melted? How about you stop asking questions about Minecraft physics? So this is what we got so far. Here's what I'm working on. I want to build the crypts. I've got some stuff down here. Currently it's nothing. But I'm trying to make the crypts. Like some kind of sewer system. A nice little edgy sewer system, you know? For all the edgy students to go. This shit gonna be, I mean, as big as I want to fucking make it, bro. Until I get bored of building. Essentially. I can keep this shit going forever. Oh, and also I learned how to copy and paste in World Edit. So you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I copy and paste this area here. So I have more space because there's space behind this right here. There's a lot of space. Bro, creating a backroom level? I mean, it's a pretty snazzy backroom level, no? Come on. Come on. I'm also thinking about creating an entrance here. Creating an entrance and then having like a little like meeting room. And then also, there's this painting, which kind of leads to the void. But I'm thinking about replacing that with something else. See, right now, the current thing right now in the Discord is that people are creating clubs. All the students are creating clubs. And they need a teacher sponsor for their club to exist. And nobody's asked me to sponsor their club. But if somebody does ask me to sponsor their club, then I can build them like a little meeting room. What kind of clubs do they have? They have the Elite Napping Club. They have the News. They have Prom Committee. They have the Body Improvement Club. They've got the Barbecue Club. They got the Greasers. They got the Art Club. They got the Elites. They got the Rugby Club. They got the Jocks. They got the Gambling Club. The Occult Club. The Red Stoners. The Drama Club. The Morning Show. The Prince West Volleyball Team. The Good Guy Perp Fan Club. The Fishing Club. The School Podcast. The Yuri and Yowie Club. The Anime Club. The Combat Club. The Karaoke Club. The D&D Club. The Bully Alliance. The Speech and Debate Club. The School Survival Guide Club. The Badminton Club. The Bacon Club. The Study Club. The French Pupil and Tutor Club. The Cheerleaders / Mean Girls Club. There's a lot of clubs. Stevie woke up like a sleeper agent type shit. Hold on. You know what? I need to expand room for my I need to learn how to use World Edit right now. I need to expand room for my back rooms. I need torch. You can group half of these into one group. Basically, yeah, but, you know, still. Okay, hold on. Let me get my wood axe. So I know slash slash cut slash 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 cut cut slash slash paste, but can I do slash slash replace? Okay, hold on. If I just do bam, bam, and then slash slash replace Minecraft Air. Oh, amazing. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So all we got to do is we got to go. We're going to take it from. We're going to take it from here. Bop. Well, actually, let's just like decide how far we want to make this. I want a decent amount of room because remember, we can go as deep as we want. So if we don't need this much space, we can always make it smaller. Okay. Don't worry, I've done a lot of testing to make sure I didn't delete the entire school, if you're wondering, okay? So we should be okay. That's pretty good. Let's go down a couple blocks. Like here, maybe. First position. And then second position, and then bam. And look at that. Did anybody die? This fuck-ass infinite frog is still here, so. Okay, hold on. I need to look up, like, Minecraft. Oh, that's pretty good. Hold on, I'm going, I'm looking at some builds. We need some ideas. I don't want sewers. I think sewers is the wrong. I think Minecraft dungeons build. Minecraft. Underground. No. What word am I looking for? Catacombs. Here we go. Now this is something up my alleyway. Look, something like this. Yeah, we like that. That's good looking. Not like this. That sucks. Not like this. This is boring. Not like this. This is maybe interesting. I want, like, here's what I'm imagining in my head. Bob your head, don't stop, don't stop. Yeah, something like this, where we've got the empty hallways and we got the pillars. Let's work on that really quick. Hold on. So I'm thinking we do like maybe like. Oh, this is like some random shit on my fucking... Okay, stop like saying that this is like peak cheapo 3. Okay, this is like... Okay, so I gotta keep the roof there. Interesting. Oh shit, sorry. Sorry. I'm a bad... Even though I have OBS up, I can look at my OBS and yet I'm still a shit streamer. How does this happen? How do you do roofs for catacombs? Oh, that's pretty cool. We could just go flat roof. Probably just the classic, like... I'm gonna go only stone brick, but I'm gonna swap it out for like the mossy stone and all that. We'll add in the stone variants later. We're just trying to get down shape. You should do some Eldritch? No. I think I want to add. I want to let like the students decide if they want to add like. If they want to ask me to, like, again, like, all a damn student has to do is ask me to, like, yo, can you sponsor the fucking occult demon club? And I'm like, yeah, I have, like, a whole underground little demon labyrinth for you if you want. All these fuckers got to do is ask, but nobody's come to Little Sheep 003. Sheeple 3 is not the beloved teacher, believe it or not, all right? Ain't nobody loving this guy. I think it's a sign. A sign of what, MJ? You want to speak some truth to power right here? I think you're Lamunk. Shrug. What do you want me to say to that? Yeah, probably a little bit. I think philosophy is kind of inherently lame. In a Minecraft Civ event, I think unfortunately we are kind of. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to like think. I want to like. Okay, hold on. What if we go like this? I'm trying to do like a shape in the floor here, so we'll go. Hold on. I need to like build some more. No, bad. Just let me frickin' cook, okay, guys? Stop yelling at me. You guys are talking so fucking loud right now. Jesus. Just let me do my thing. Did you like that bit? Was that funny? No? Fuck. Sorry. MJ, the washed allegations are true. I'm a falled off streamer. What the fuck is this? Oh boy. Here we go. All right, there. See, there we go. Pepper, please save me. Type shit. Pepper. Dude, I had a picture that I found and I lost. I had a fucking picture, man. I swore. Chad. You gotta believe me here. It's all bad. Well, either way, what I want is I want some pillars. So I think I want to. I need to like ignore this for a change and just figure out like where I want stuff. So that here, and then maybe I could do like, hold on. So I'm thinking like I could like. Because I want to put water in all this, so. Okay, that's good. And then we'll just continue this line. And then how far apart do we want these? Maybe like, because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's a pretty healthy distance. And then we'll just do that again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll build another pillar. But then that's going to need outside space. Ooh, okay, hold on. I might want to push over this pillar. Because okay, hold on. We're going to push over this pillar a little bit. So what if I push it over like 2 blocks? No, because I want like, okay, how much wall space do I want? Because if I build that pillar here, and then I can put stuff, see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks to the wall. Okay, I like that. So 4 blocks to the wall, 8 blocks in the middle. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do an 8x8 grid of stuff. So I'm going to need to delete some more wall space. So if I do the full, hold on, let's just do the full pillar real quick. Like so, and like so, and like so, and like so, and like so. There you go. Full pillar. And we'll mark it out with our little cross. And then that needs 4 blocks of space. So it needs to go. Give me a torch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So right up to here, this needs to be the other wall. Okay, hold on. Let's do some clearing here. Let's clear house. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll go here and bam, here and then bam, and then we'll go all the way down here and then bam, and then slash replace air and bam. Are you kidding me? Sheep 003, you can build, says who? Says me. I'm the man. Do I need to clear out one more block? Have I made a tragic error? Oh. Nope, I haven't. Perfect calculation, baby. Every time. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then we're going to want to repeat that. I don't want to make it too... Let's see, how many blocks do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want this to be like the very edge of the catacombs. So what if I push these a little bit further back? I can have 2 sets of pillars. Or maybe this is the one set of pillars that start, because like this is like, okay, let's say just to the wall here. Because I do want this to be a pretty hard wall. I want these stairs to come down like on the side. Like this, you know? Why is it so dark? Because I'm so dark. It's a reflection of my dark, twisted mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is my stream dark? I don't think so. Maybe I'm crazy. Amelia's just trapped in like blindness or something. Help, get me out. There we go. Why does that feel like a super short distance? Oh, because of these extra 2 blocks of space, huh? That's why it feels like a super short distance. What if we push this over by 1 block? That'd be a nice expansion. I think that's good. Sheepo3, you've done a good thing today. Pat yourself on the back, Sheep. You've done it again. Oh, thanks, Sheep. So thanks for that. Okay. Why is my beloved, admittedly beloved, mother texting me right now? What could she possibly need from the great, the almighty? What could my family need from me at this hour? At this ridiculous hour? I'm not a man, I'm an animal. I'm a dog. Oof. Do not interrupt the wolf when he feasts. Do you hear me? You fucking hear me? Wolf. Dog. Do I want to sink this into the floor? Do I even want to go deeper? Guess it depends how tall I want my ceiling to be. How flat. Maybe like a very gentle slope. Because this needs to be a hard wall, but we could do it like a thing like this. Hold on. We're doing some world edit again, boys. I can barely see. There we go. The entire ceiling. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do like a line of like this. And because we know we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we'll do like hold on, let me just do a mini demonstration here. 1, 2. 1, 2. One, two. And then we can keep going down from here. Or maybe the slope can stop. It's like a very gentle, like, whoop. A little whoop. Or maybe we can do that between each, like, pillar, and then it can be like a little, like, a circle thing. Who knows? We can do a lot of things. Oh. My parents are celebrating. This is very cute. Anyway, enough of that sappy nonsense. I'm a man and I feel no emotions. Do not interrupt the wolf with petty things such as emotions. Ow! Sorry. I had to get that out of my system. I wonder how good my mic picks up bass. I have a high pass filter. So probably pretty good. What the fuck did I just do? I built a demon. I've built an animal. I just can't contain myself. I feel like a werewolf breaking out of my skin. Sheepo 3 werewolf arc. Amazing. Incredible. Sheep, you've done it again. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hell yeah, baby. The dungeons are coming along great. We've got all the blueprints down for a great dungeon. We're not going to hold prisoners here, no. There will be cobwebs and shit. But nothing overtly problematic. We're heroes. This is our story, and in our story, we're heroes. Fuck that piece of lamp. It killed my family. I'll never forgive it. I just keep adding shit to this library. They're gonna make me stop at some point. I know they are. Okay. I think that... that looks like a piece of dog shit. If I go any higher, I have to break through my self-imposed barrier. Oh, you know what? I could theoretically... fuck it. I just need one block anyway. Look how that went from looking like a piece of piss to looking like an actual, like, thing. That quickly. That's really impressive. Good job, sheep. Okay. We'll work further later, but I am going to leave for now. I think now is the time that I click the end stream button. I want to play more Blocky Hockey, but Blocky Hockey don't want to play with me, and I'm a little bit mad about that. But hey, hopefully we'll see what happens with the WGC. We're hoping. Either way, It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I'll talk to you gamers Saturday. We are watching the entire Wifey's thing. We're reacting to the whole Wifey's thing. Let me check the Wifey's. We're reacting to the whole Wifey's ARG. There are 2 videos. Searching for a world that doesn't exist and destroying a world that doesn't exist. It's about 3 hours total. We're gonna watch both. Either way, it's been real, it's been fun, it's been real fun. I've got to get out of here. Talk to you later. Peace. Bye. See you on Saturday. Goodbye now.